Yes, this is what's ruining it. Totally what's ruining it. Welcome to a very special episode of Books in 140 Seconds, the Giller edition. Today, we're talking about Light Lifting by Alexander MacLeod. Ooh. It's a short story collection by Alistair MacLeod's son, but let's ignore that fact. And the stories are unrelated. He talks about a group of runners, and he talks about a person delivering medication on his bicycle. But at the end of the day, his voice is very distinct and coherent throughout the book, and that is what makes this book shine, I think. What do you think, Jen?
I really did enjoy the collection, and what I thought was quite masterful for someone whose debut collection is his ability to really alter his prose to suit the story. So you look at the first story, which is probably my favorite story, about the runners, and then you have this long, lean, striding prose, which is incredibly beautiful, and then you go to the next story, which is all about parental anxiety and head lice, and you have these short clip sentences of someone who is really just trying to keep their head above water. And he writes from the perspective of men and women, kids and people in adulthood, so really he shows a lot of range.
Yeah, MacLeod is absolutely a master of the written word. He's very playful, but it's also really raw, gritty, and angry, but you can tell he's having a lot of fun adapting what he's saying to the scenes he's setting, and I just appreciated that. As a collection whole, I mean, it was consistent. You can tell that he wrote every single story and they belong together, but some highlights for me with Miracle Mile, the very first story, so that was a bit of a letdown because I was like, oh, this is amazing, then it sort of peters off, and I really didn't get the parenting story, but it picks back up towards the end, and as a whole, it's a solid, stunning short story collection that I think every Canadian should read.
What bothered me is the tendency to rely on these big bang out of nowhere endings, which happened probably about 3 times, and I thought was kind of almost a cheap device. I hate to say it, but you have this wonderful story about runners, and that kind of sudden graphic twist of an ending wasn't necessary.
No,
and that happens several times. You go to the swimmers and like.
I got the impression he just doesn't know how to end them, so he pulls an ending out of nowhere in order to just have it to be over, which is frustrating, but, I mean, it's his first collection, so we'll see where he goes from there.
And Giller nod, first time out of the gate.
Good stuff.
Not bad at all.